Okay, people, I have never seen such a big rhubarb leaf. Like, this thing is massive. Like, completely massive. I don't want it to go to waste. Here I am worried that maybe this rhubarb's not doing very good in here. But look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna can this. Yeah, I just wanted to come out and check it. Make sure that it was still viable. Oh God, everything's bone dry in here. I haven't done anything in this part of. It's all weeds. That's all it is. Right? Anyway, so this looks like it's okay. Right? There's quite a bit. There will be a few jars. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Hold on. Okay, so now it is August 2nd, 2022. It's just balancing on a little children's chair. I can't see, people. It's gotten worse. So here's what's going to happen. We're waiting for the judgment from the judge as to whether he's going to dismiss it at the request of the Attorney General Office, the Ministry of Attorney General, and the Ministry of Public Safety and Attorney General. Okay? Because they don't consider whatever I've been through with my family to be of importance when it comes to all the different issues. Obviously, I'm going to appeal it. I'm going to pay the $200, and I'll go in front of a three-panel judge, to which will probably be fruitless, because it's apparent that the for-profit business of illegal organ harvesting has a lot of people captured with the idea that somehow it's going to benefit them in one way or another if they condone it and participate in it, even in an inadvertent way. By the government refusing to acknowledge what I present to them in any capacity, regardless of who it is related to, Uncle John, SHAMAY, Sierra, Andre, Amari, me, Marcane, Brooks, right, Tisha, and the rest of my grandkids, okay, because it doesn't stop, people. Okay, in terms of the targeting of a family with the actions of gang stalking to create casualties so that profit can be made. Speaking of that, this house owner next to me, right here, the one with the Syrian family, has put his house up for sale. Now, my landlady did mention that before she put her house up for sale, that this guy, her, and the one next to me were going to put their houses up for sale because they're trying to get a big fish, a property developer, to buy all three at $2 million a pop, or whatever they agree on. And that guy is going to be rocking when he puts his application forward to the city to tear down all these houses so he can build in his high-rise condos. As he destroys all the trees, displaces the animals like Matilda and her kit, puppies, or whatever you want to call them, babies, right? Not to mention all the other animals, including the humans, right? So, I told my landlady today, because she came for rent today, right? I told her how, you know, my son is kind of helping me clear out the basement here a bit, right? I'm in transition. I'm moving things around, right? I told her I can't see. I can't see what the plants, I can't even really tell what the plants are. If I'm like in the ground digging around outside, right? I can't see roots. It's gotten worse since the last time I spoke to you, which was what, on the 30th? Probably because I've been outside under the blaring sun there for those couple of days, and I'm washing things and shit's flying into my eyes, and it's not like I can see it coming like the good old days. And even then, I got all kinds of shit in my eyes over the years because of this house, people. Because of this house, people. I used my credit cards, stayed in debt. Pretty much. Just to buy the things that I needed in order to live in this house when it came to tools, water hoses, nails, screws, stuff like that. Wood. I bought wood. Not everything in this yard I found. Plenty of it I bought. So what does my landlady say to me? She goes, "Oh, that's what I was trying to tell you to do, but you got mad at me," she says. I said, "Get mad at you? Why?" "Well, because I was telling you to sell off things, right? To, make it easy when you leave, because, you can't have this again." She didn't go on to that part. She stayed quiet on that part. I just said to her, people, I'm not asking you to sell your stuff. I don't ask you to sell your stuff to have nothing. You see, that's the thing. I sell my stuff. It doesn't pay the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I spent just to be able to build the things that I've built in this yard. Not to mention losing my eyesight over it, basically, over a period of years, working with all that grit and sand and just whatever, right? To where the landlords, they're just selling the problem, people. My landlady, she says, and she's feeling bad, right? She says, well, I'm the only one that cares, right? Her and her husband, right? Her kids and everybody else that's connected to them, when they sit around the table, to tell both of them. It's my landlord who's usually a little more firm. With my landlady, she's a little sketchy. She's, right? So, but I do think she does care to some degree. But at the end of the day, it's like her son says, business is business, because she says, well, because I said, did you make your $2 million yet? Did you sell your house? Did you make your $2 million? Don't forget, I've been here 12 years, people. I practically paid their mortgage already. And not only did I practically pay their mortgage, if I haven't already paid their mortgage in terms of like the $500,000 or $700, I've surpassed $500,000 in rent living in this place for this amount of time. That's not including my own staying at debt in order to be able to buy the things that I need, right? In order to do anything outside of living in a yard that was completely weedy, muddy, and just crappy. Right? And, the exit out is the property developer is going to be tearing everything down, so therefore it's not my fault or my responsibility. But at the end of the day, if there wasn't so much corruption in the province in general, I could just simply move to another house. But that's impossible now because of the corruption on multiple levels. This municipal level, with the city allowing this to happen in terms of, Mayor McCullen made it so that 50,000 trees. He came in telling the public he wasn't going to cut down trees. Once he got elected, he told the public he was cutting down 50,000 trees. The reason he's cutting down 50,000 trees just in this, and I'm pretty sure it's 50,000, if not more, in this district of quote-unquote Surrey, and right, what he's mayor over, right, is for property development. He's not only just cutting down trees, people, he's killing the animals, and he's tearing down all the houses. So what do they do with the people that end up out on the streets? Or on the cusp? Always on the cusp. Well, we get sick. That's what happens. We get sick, people. And then, you know, that's what predators do. They wear down their prey. They take a snipe here. They take a snipe there. Before you know it, it's an easy kill. Okay? Because my landlady says, well, you know, sell your stuff and, you know, get ready, right, to move. But she doesn't give me no alternative as to where I'm going, people. Sure, she may care. She cried with me when Amari had his seizure. She tells me that, you know, for her and herself, in terms of her, you know, trying to be a responsible human being and having money to be able to have private care as she ages and needs that, and, you know, being able to leave money for her kids and grandkids. She throws that in, you know, but yet expects me just to sell my stuff to make it easy on everybody else around me, so that when I leave this house, what am I moving into? I can't afford an apartment any more than I can afford a house, because they all been 3-bedroom apartments out here are renting for $1,700 a month, if not more. I can't afford that on my own with my high debt load after investing all my money into this place, all my time and energy, and who knows what's going to happen with my eyes, people. Okay? I have to wait for the judge to call us in for his, you know, video thing to tell us what his decision is. If he's going to throw it out based on case law that has nothing to do with us. Worst case scenario. Right? You know, just feed me more to the wolves. That's the way I see it. Right? Because they're not addressing organized religion, organized crime, gang stalking, the targeting of a family, murder, right? Illegal organ harvesting. I will never stop that, and as long as I can see people, I'll find one way or another to prove it. It's a for-profit business, people. That's why it's called illegal organ harvesting, because it's a for-profit that doesn't cost anything in investment, because the infrastructure is already paid for when it comes to hospitals with their budgets connected directly into the Parliament buildings, to which the Public Safety Solicitor General and the Attorney General should be managing in terms of protecting the public from crime. From crime. Just because they say it's not happening doesn't mean it's not happening, because you've been watching it through my videos. So, anyway, I have to wait to find out what he has to say. And with this situation getting worse and worse every week, and now my eyes are getting kind of, now mind you, like I say, I'm like cleaning them, whatever, I'm, right, you know, things fall in my eyes and just whatever. I have to get into some, I have yard work I have to do, and I got to start cutting shit, right, and, you know, things, and I have to get into compost boxes and, you know, level them out and get them ready for winter and just whatever, right? Got the yard in the back to do something. Now I'm just going to hire some guys by the end of the month. I'm going to do as much as I can in terms of what I can do. I don't know how much time I'm going to get, but, and then at the end of the month, I think I'm just going to go hire a couple of homeless guys, $100 each for the day, and I'm going to get them to start just moving the wood that I'm not using at this point into the hen house area, and maybe try and put up a little bit of this vinyl just where I want it in terms of the compost boxes, and just, you know, get everything ready for the winter, right? Because I'm between looking after Amari, doing dishes and laundry and cooking and just whatever, and then the court came in, and now the basement and things scattered around, and I just don't have, and I can't see. So that really hinders me, right? So yeah, I think I'm just going to hire a couple of guys. There you go. See, I pay more money, me, right? And it wouldn't be the first time I've hired guys in this yard, people. I've been hiring guys off and on for years, right? Probably spent like $4,000 just doing that over a period of 12 years, just to build the greenhouse and the shed, the things I couldn't do in terms of the frames and the peaks of the roofs, and you know, that I could put the wall up after the frame was up, but you know, I can put in a window after the frame was up for the greenhouse, but I couldn't build the actual frame where, you know, it still to this day doesn't move. Okay, Jerry did a really, 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 really good job, and he did a good job with the shed too, but I had to pay him for it, right? And I had to buy the materials when it was required, right? And I used my credit card for that kind of stuff, which kept me in debt, right? But if you notice, I'm the one that now has to empty out the shed, give it away, sell it as if, or anything in this house, just so that I have really no place to go when I leave. And it won't be anything conducive for Amari, I can tell you that right now. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, my government is setting me up for failure by preventing justice, right? When the casualties come trickling in through the corruption that's embedded into our parliament buildings and public union sector workforce in partnership with organized crime and organized religion, which in many instances lead into organized crime. Depending on what area you live in, the religion changes. Okay, it's not specific to one particular religion. It could be the Catholics, like the Duncan clan. It could be the Punjabis, like, I think his name was Dr. Barr. Yeah. The one that was watching over SHAMAY with his own operating team. So the more they can take me out, the more they can hide that fact. Before they call that man in and have him explain himself as to what was going on with SHAMAY for those 9 days, right? Challenge him on the fact that she was dead before she showed up, and it was his duty as duty of care, right? He's the one who breached the trust here, people. Didn't follow the Criminal Code of Canada. Instead, took a bribe and got paid for doing a criminal act because it's a for-profit business. So none of that's changed in terms of what I'm fighting for. I just feel like the casualty list is just going to get a little longer, right? I've been phoning for the last couple of days. This eye clinic that supposedly put in a referral for me, they were supposed to put it for me in April 3rd, on April 31st. They didn't. I waited for a month and a half. I called them back, like, what's happening with the referral? Oh, doctor didn't put it in. Oh, okay. They said they put it in the next day because they phoned back and said, okay, we put the referral in. That was what? Halfway through June? Halfway through June. We're going into August now. Still no phone call. I'm phoning that clinic to find out if, you know, they can put another referral in. They're not even picking up their phone, people. They're not even picking up their phone. So what I'm saying is, after I get my judgment from this judge, you see, that's the thing. Depending on what he says, right? Because if he dismisses it, I've only got 30 days to do an appeal. I can't afford to lose my eyesight because I have to respond ASAP. Respond with something that I don't even know how to respond with. And the last time I did that, look what happened. I'm only allowed 3 pages, but for whatever reason, it was to go in and waive my fees. Andrew the Dragon came in with his big ass binder like that, with his little binder of case law, and turned it into a mini trial and had that judge throw it out. Yeah. So this time I'll just pay the $200 and file whatever I can file. And if it means I can't go to an emergency to deal with this situation because I'm too busy working on an appeal, because my government continues to screw me over and screw over my family, it might come to that. What the consequences around that will be, I don't know, people. That's why I'm talking about it. Because otherwise, if this judge that's looking at this paperwork right now says, no, the government needs to deal with this. They got to find a way. This is too serious. Okay? Myself, I would put the trial back further. Right? I'm calling in CIBC Bank, being that I guess that lawsuit is still active. That's what the Attorney General's paralegal was saying. I don't think she's a lawyer, okay? But whatever she is, she was saying that it's still active. So I'm going to see if I can get that transferred from Vancouver to New Westminster after I get the judgment from the judge, which requires eyesight, which requires me going to the courthouse, right? But on the other hand, with whatever is going on, I'm telling you people, this happened really, really fast out of nowhere, okay? And it seems to be getting worse quite quickly, okay, in terms of just cloudier, right? Now, mind you, I'm using my eyes a lot, right? But besides that point, like, I'm at the point where Amari has an appointment next week with the hip doctor and the dentist at the Children's Hospital. So Tisha's going to take him, right? I already said, Tisha, you just take him. It's simple. He's only 30 minutes with the hip doctor. If it was longer, more, you know, I'd go, right? But it's just a 30-minute, you know, touch base kind of thing. And it's just an introduction with the dentist because Amari doesn't like anything poking around. So anyway, I have to fight with him, right? Anyway, after that, like I said, it depends on what the judge does. I think so. I'm going to the emergency at the Royal Columbian Hospital to get this looked at. That's where I'm at with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Because it ain't happening with referrals. Right? Because my file is flagged, people. Right? Just like those workers when Amari had a seizure. Instead of talking about SHAMAY, now they're talking about me too. Oh, SHAMAY, she was doing druggies, right? Murray's the way he is because SHAMAY admitted to doing drugs in the first trimester of her pregnancy. It says that right here in the file, and blah, blah, blah. And now the grandma's coming in, and she's got CPS called on her, and, you know, just mum's the word, don't say nothing, let her figure it out for herself, right? Whispering, right? I'm just saying, right? It's like, that was a setup, people. A fucking setup. But Tisha might be getting under Amari here pretty soon. If this doesn't get rectified soon, you know, she might, until I can get this figured out. Yeah, because what's going on, I don't know. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's stress, because I've been working hard, people. I go to bed when I'm vibrating. Okay? When I'm working hard. Not so much right now because I can't see. Right? I'm not working as hard as I was working. Okay? Because when you can see, you can work harder. Okay? And I'm talking just general shit. Cleaning, whatever, paperwork, whatever. Like when I was doing all that paperwork for court, I told you, I was vibrating, getting sick before I'd go to sleep. And you lay down and you're, right? Because you wound up, right? Maybe that's what, well, no, because it was already going. But I think it makes it worse. I think it makes it worse. Right? I don't know what it is. I don't think it's just cataracts. I think it's something else. And it could be stress related. Could be. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just sick. And my body's just giving out on me. Could be that, people. I don't feel, quote unquote, quote, sick. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Because, you know, easy for you to say, get rid of my stuff. Make it easy on myself. Make it easy on myself to kick me in the ass and throw me out in the fucking streets and accuse me of things without even telling me what the heck you're accusing me of, just so that you can justify it to abuse me, basically, which is a setup, which is a form of gang stalking, to which the government knows is happening, but they cater to the wealthy and they cater to criminals because it's a for-profit business when it comes to harvesting body parts at the expense of the taxpayers paying for it, because it's being done through hospitals and criminal-minded individuals who have no morals or scruples, because it's all about building wealth. To which brings me now to the nonprofit. You know, I didn't call an annual general meeting. I don't know what that means. I'm going to call up the registers of societies, and I'm just going to tell them I just didn't have it in me this year to be even attempting to make contact with anybody at this point, because I don't even know if it's, like I said, there is no community, people. I don't feel like there's a community. I feel like there's a predator class, and then there's the victims. There's nothing else in between. Okay, that's been gone a long time ago. Because if there was a community, I think the results would have been different for the foundation. I do. The world is just too competitive. People are too self-centered. You know, too on a mission. See, that's where I spent my money over the years. That's where my kids get mad at me. Oh, you know, you did all this for all these other people, and what did you ever get from it? I didn't get anything from it, people. No. I got in debt. You know, I don't know. Just like this place. What did I get out of this place? Nothing. I got in debt. Right? So, you know, I guess some of us are just supposed to be that way. I don't know. But, you know, to spend another $3,000 on a trademark that basically means nothing in the great grand scheme of things, because it's not like the Punjabi community cares. It's not like the Catholic community cares, because the Duncan clan showed us that, right? In terms of quote-unquote white people, right? You know, Muslims sure in the heck don't care. You know, they're too busy moving in and just trying to get with the format so that they can go buy their own houses. They will save a penny to buy a house for themselves before they would give a penny for the community. And if they were to give a penny to the community, it would only be to the Muslim community. I'm just using that as an example. It goes from ethnic group to, and I'm just so fed up with it. I've been dealing with it for freaking years, just listening to everybody cry on about everybody else, but nobody ever wants to fucking come together, and nobody wants to be a leader either. And I make a lousy leader. So I'm just going to see if I can do a no annual general meeting and pay my dues for this year and see what happens over the next 6 months. Because I wanted to make, I wanted to update web pages, and I did want to start selling some hats, and I'm not ready to give up, but if I don't have a choice, people, I don't have a choice. Especially if I'm dealing with a predator class that is speeding up the process and just wants me gone, right? Gone by any means necessary. Get the fuck out of the house, right? Get the fuck out, right? Just whatever it is. Don't come to me about charity. Get the fuck away from me. It doesn't matter what it is. So, did I make a mistake? I don't know. Ask John. John, did we make a mistake? What were we thinking when we started this nonprofit? It means nothing. It was a big waste of $40,000 plus, right? Do I start selling off some of these drums and musical instruments because will I ever use them again? But yet, the people over here at this subsidized housing, it's not BC housing, but there is subsidized housing in there. These kids in here picking on, just what they got nothing to do, and I offered to go there and set up a table and do some crafts with the kids, and Andre can run around and have more friends, and I'm not allowed because of insurance. I'm like, that's what I mean. It's fucking bullshit, right? Andre going over there to go play, and the kids that live there, they run around like little hoodlums half the time, throwing stuff at this one particular woman's house. Next thing you know it, Andre's being sent home, right? Because, he's getting caught up in that drama, right? It's not his drama. He doesn't live over there. He hardly ever goes over there and plays. And the one chance he does get to play, he gets kicked out, right? Because all the kids are acting up. Because there's nothing for them to do. Well, I sit on a foundation like a lump on a log. That means nothing in the great grand scheme of things. As my government conspires to make it so that I have no affordable housing. Basically. And then say, oh, but we have nothing to do with that. There's no such thing as gang stalking or the targeting of a family. Never mind murder and illegal organ harvesting as a result of that murder. So I might be going to emergency next week. Depends. Because once they start poking at my eyes, I don't know what's going to happen to me. No, you can't trust them. There's something going on in the States where white people are actually being targeted by minority groups under a thing called critical race theory or something like that. I don't know what it means. I just know that, they're using white supremacy in terms of institutional racism to basically go on the attack of all white people. For those that believe in that philosophy. Well, it's like that out here too, people. All right? It's a terrible thing when your landlord says, nobody in my family cares about you. They want you gone. Either get out of the house and make it easy for us, or we're just going to sell it and get rid of you that way. But don't worry, I still care about you, so just take my advice and start getting rid of your crap. I looked at my landlady. I said, look, I don't ask you to get rid of your stuff. I don't ask you to sell your house. You have a house. I don't ask you to sell it just so that somebody else can take advantage of that. Right? So, I'm going into a very dark, I don't know. I've been in a dark tunnel for a long time, people. So I guess this is all part and parcel of being in that tunnel, with it just maybe getting darker. I don't know. I figure if I go really, really blind, but I'm still alive, just saying, I'll hook Tisha up with live streams with her cell phone. I'll do some live streams. I won't be able to see you, but I won't abandon you for the ones that are interested, for all the right reasons, that is. Okay. When I stop the videos, then we know I didn't make it. Okay? I can't imagine what a life would be like being blind. I just can't. But I may have to face it yet. Yeah. And then I'll really be at the mercy of the predators. But that's the thing, predators don't have mercy. That's why they're called predators. It's in their nature. To have no mercy. And I've been dealing with a lot of individuals for a long time that have had no mercy. And I was thinking, Sonya 2, the clone of Sonya 1, she going on about her statute of limitation, this, that, and everything, right? When they cut me off of welfare in 2003, illegally, and I had a month to basically get out of my house, but I paid an extra half a month's rent just to give myself an extra 15 days to clean up after I'd been in that house for 8 years. And I got rid of a lot of shit, people. I went from a 5-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom apartment that was flooding. And I lived there for 3 months until I couldn't stand the bullshit anymore. And that's when I found the shanty shack. And then I started babysitting for free for MCFD. As if I had any time to figure out why the government cut me off of welfare. All I knew is that they did, and I dealt with it, and I went into debt. Okay, for 6 years I was off welfare, fighting hard for the community, doing the nonprofit, securing the federal trademarks in Canada and the United States, and I went in over $40,000 into debt, okay, in terms of credit cards and all that other shit, just living and doing what I was doing out of a shanty shack. Okay, that's when I started doing park events and all that crap. John and I, we were already in it. I already got the trademark, and he walked me through, like, in terms of how we wanted to found a foundation, and nattering in my ear, and then along came the foundation, and we couldn't turn our backs on it. And we hung in there for almost 22 years, people. Really, where's the Punjabi community been for 22 years? Just as much as their family doesn't care about me and my kids and what my loss of kids and what happened to Uncle John, because it will never happen to them, because, they got all their ducks in order, right? They got the lawyers, they got the fucking teachers, they got whatever it is that they fucking got, right? I didn't care about the nonprofit either. And they still don't. Don't make a donation to the hospital foundation because they use the hospital. They benefit from the hospital. And for the ones that are laundering money through the hospital, like the ones that dote over dead bodies for 9 days, they're the attraction to make more donation. But for the things that my family goes through and what we face after our landlords kick us out or sell their houses out from underneath our feet, after we spent probably $20,000 of our own money just to make it so that we had a fucking place to do things in, like the greenhouse and just whatever. Well, maybe not $20,000, but definitely fucking $50,000 in freaking energy, in terms of wages. Oh yeah, easy. I'll never get that back, people. I'll never get it. Because it's not even acknowledged. And that's why it's hard for me to move forward with the nonprofit, because I can't reach them. They're unreachable. They don't care. And the one or two that maybe do care, it goes back to the principle. Before you care about them, you have to care about us and give to us first. So the big long line of everybody with their fucking hands out. And won't even give me $1. Won't even give me a fucking dollar in terms of charitable donation. If I was out in the streets asking for $1. Well, you know. To prevent this kind of stuff from happening, that is. To bring in affordable housing. That's something that they don't want. And if they do, they expect the government to take care of the problem by putting me into a subsidized housing that wouldn't be even conducive for my family's needs. So I'm basically being run out of the province. Yeah. If there's no affordable housing, in terms of what you had, you're being run out of your country. First your province, and then your country, because it's systemic. And being that you can't leave your country, you go on the target list to be annihilated and destroyed and taken care of that way. And I have 3 family members to prove it. Well, more than that. I have 3 dead ones so far. Yeah. As I'm waiting for some doctor to start poking at my eyes, and God knows what that doctor's going to do to them, people. Seriously. Seriously. The first eye doctor I got was rude as hell. Mean. I don't know. There was just something wrong with him. Gave me eye drops that were burning the shit out of my eyes. Right? And then I went to a different eye doctor. And what did she do? Between her and her staff. Her staff put in a whole bloody bottle of freezing agent, and then she comes along and does it again. Maybe that's why I'm not getting the referral, because that's the only available doctor, because the government's got me down to only 1 or 2 or 3 doctors that take people on social assistance. It's not like we can go off and pick our own doctor, and even if we find one, we still have to get a referral. But my family doctor took care of that now, didn't he? Didn't he, people? How convenient that my family doctor told me to take him to court. Maybe I should take his fucking ass to court. That's what the judge told me to do about SHAMAY. Take the doctor to court. I'm going to take a Punjabi doctor to court. Okay. A respectable Punjabi doctor to court. Okay. Okay. No, the government can deal with him. How about that? And his freaking friends. I don't care who those friends are. So I'm in a really bad spot, people. Okay? I'm in a really bad spot. But I gotta go water. I haven't been, just whatever. Eyes are really bad all day today. Really, really bad. I couldn't even see my landlady's face. It all looked blurred. if I want to see who you are, I have to go like this. I have to come right up to you and look at you. When Paige came with Tisha or whoever, when she came that day with Court, I'm like, who are you looking? Oh, Paige. That's getting bad, people. So I don't know what's going to happen. My little peas are growing. Can you see? Can't see. I guess you can see. So I'm going to put them right here. That's what I'm doing for now. I'm tying this on. And they're poisoning cigarettes too. They've been poisoning cigarettes ever since all this virus crap started. They taste like crap. All of them, all been poisoned. So anyway, you can see what I'm going to just tie this on, and then I'm going to take these little guys. I'm just going to leave them. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them in maybe I'll get a tray here, a little tray, so I can put them in water. So when the roots grow, they'll suck up the water, and they can just stay in that as a medium, and they can just do whatever they want there. I'm just experimenting. That's all I'm doing. And do you see how that morning glory, it just keeps coming back? That's the shit I moved into. I never did get rid of it completely out of the yard. And if you're not on it, ASAP, that's what happens. Okay, so it's not like I can get out here and... Oh my God, what's up there? A cat. There's a big hole there. You cats are making holes. You're gonna fall and scratch me up yet. Why are you up there? Anyway, it's not like I get out here. See, isn't it interesting how some are growing? Oh, sorry. Interesting how some are growing. Look at this. While others are not. Why? I'm going to have to come up here and put them on sticks tomorrow. Look, see? Look, what happened? These ones aren't. These ones are growing. What's going on here? Nothing. Why? Look. I planted them at the same time. How is that possible? How is it these ones can grow, but these ones can't? Right? It's not like, you know? I didn't expect much this year anyway, because everything got in late. So, look. See? What a difference. What do you think? See, I'll tie these guys up. I'll come in here and do that tomorrow. This one. And these guys. They were all my plants from seeds. Why? Why is it not going? What's the matter with it? Kind of makes you wonder. Okay. So I'm back in the X Club. I'm back in the X Club. I don't know. I can't see shit. Can't see nothing. Is that too high? No, probably, Let's see. Maybe we can do this instead. So, I've decided I'm going to hire a couple of guys at the end of the month to move wood for me. I'm going to clear out a bunch of shit. I already told Andre I'm going to start giving him an allowance, but he has to work for it. So he can come outside and... I've been just throwing everything off the balcony, right? So, well. And once I clear out whatever it is I need to clear out, that's when I'll hire these guys. And they can do a few repairs for me where I don't even... You know what, people? At the rate things are going with my eyes, like, I don't even know where I'm going to be in a month from now with them. Like I said, it's happening too fast. Way too freaking fast. Just all of a sudden. You know? And it's getting worse every week. I wake up, I can tell. Right? Depending, I guess, on the stress. The other day, my son emptied out all the games that I bought over the years. You know, children's games. They've been sitting downstairs for however long, 10 years. Next thing you know, they're in the garage, under the hole that needs to repair. I swear I almost had a fucking heart attack. Sorry, boo-boo heart attack. I swear. He came home and he seen me. I said, what are you trying to do? Like, you're going to give me a heart attack. Right? So now I'm grabbing these games, you know, like Kids Monopoly and Trivial Suit and just a whole stack of them, right? A lot of them in good shape. I'm bringing them upstairs. Up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, with my heart palpitating. I felt so ill. So ill. Now I feel ill with just everything in general. Just doom and gloom crap, you know? Like, Christ, just get it over with. Kill me, okay? Be done with it. Fuck. I know you wanna. So just do it. Why you gotta torture me along the way? I've lived a torturous life. You know? Really, I have. For a long time. I'm so naive as to how the world really works. I don't know what I was thinking with that foundation. I just don't know. Maybe if I would have been greedy like everybody else in terms of not go and dig into my own pocket, try and do things in the community and just whatever I was thinking, you know, maybe life would have been different. Maybe I would have left. I wanted to leave Surrey. Maybe I would never have moved into fucking Surrey. Sorry, boo-boo Surrey. Right? Surrey is the second district in British Columbia, Canada, with the highest fentanyl death. There's a reason for that, people. But that's not to say illegal organ harvesting isn't happening throughout the whole province, because it is. It's a for-profit industry. The more bodies that they can harvest illegally, the more profit that they make. They don't spend any investment money, because the money is already invested into the healthcare system, into the paramedics, into the police, into the coroner service. It's already been spent. They're just capitalizing off of that and not having to spend one red penny to facilitate and partake in illegal organ harvesting. And my family will mean nothing, because it's being replaced by immigrants that just fill in that number. Oh, British Columbia, Canada is doing great. We've got 5.6 million people now, right? Everybody's just one big happy camper in BC, right? Right? When SHAMAY died, there was what? 5.3 million. So we got another, what is that, 300,000 people coming in, right? 5.6 now, since SHAMAY died. Well, yeah, to cover up her death, people. To cover up her death. To cover up the 2,400 deaths that happened in 2021, last year, from fentanyl-related death. But of course, everybody's killing themselves out here. Right? I'm killing myself, people. My family are killing themselves. We did it to ourselves. Sierra killed herself. John killed himself, right? Amari injured himself. Yeah. So did Andre, right? SHAMAY killed herself. Well, we know I'm killing myself, right? Killing myself with smoking poisonous cigarettes now. This is something else though, people. I came into contact with something. One way or another, it happened too fast. Yeah. But, you know. So anyway, I'm going to come back out here tomorrow. I have to look for some little trays. I'm going to put little trays on this rack. There's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to get my hydroponic fertilizer, I guess it is. I'll make myself up a bucket of it. Start with these. And I'll bring in a couple of tomato plants. I have to get up here and I got to find my staple gun. So anyway, I'm just not going to rush with it, people. I'm going to do what I can do in a day, nothing more, nothing less, because whatever it is that I'm doing doesn't matter anyway. It's not amounting out to anything. 12 years in a yard isn't any more different than 21 years in a non-profit. It got me absolutely nowhere because nobody fucking cares. Basically. And the sooner that I just accept that, just accept it, the easier it will be for me to let go of everything. Being that's what people want. So they can bring in more immigrants and hide the numbers in terms of the death that results from the casualties of the corruption in our community. I just can't say it enough. Yeah, you don't do everything that I've done all these years, sacrifice with money and time and energy and be insulted and just to be fucking thrown away like just nothing. You know, what does that say? What does that say when you, landlady says, well, you know, all my kids, everybody just don't care. They just want to be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone. And I'm telling you right now, that family next door that's being subsidized with provincial, municipal, and federal subsidies, sure, that guy's selling his house, but they're paying $2,000 basically for a 2-bedroom. That's an old bungalow with a crooked sunroom, classified as a 3rd bedroom, just so that he can justify $2,000 a month, as he makes a profit off of this place. And he ran a shack for 1.5 years, people. He ran a frickin' shack for 1.5 years, okay? Yeah. But they'll get housing before I'll get housing. Because I can't afford $2,000 for a 2-bedroom. Half a house. So my landlord can sell it out from underneath my feet after I live there for who knows how long. And live with broken this and broken that. Or you don't like it, you can move. Or whatever it is. Alright? Oh, they were fighting in there like cats and dogs yesterday. No, 3 days ago. Oh my God. Oh, they were all screaming, all of them, in their language, at the top of their lungs. The mother, I was like, oh my God, please don't start breaking up things. Like, what should I do if they start smashing things in there? Because they were mad. I don't know what they were mad about, but somebody was mad. Went on for like a good 3 hours, right? And just wouldn't stop. I'm just watering my plants, minding my own business. I am not nobody to be casting no stones. I've been hollering and screaming at my son too, so, you know, right? But their kids are young, so, you know, they're safe right now. Give them, if they're going to be a targeted family, people, they won't, when the kids get a little older, that's when they really go in for the kill. Right? Because they pit one against the other. That's what they do. They break up families. You know, they get us fighting. They keep us fighting, right? You know, they pick one off here. They pick one off there. So everybody crashes, gets depressed, right? There's a cycle to it. Be aware. If you're a casualty, if you fall into that group, then, you know, you have some choices you have to make. Because, you know, it won't stop unless you make it stop. And even then, your efforts aren't going to get you anywhere. But if enough of us stand up and say enough is enough, we're tired, right? And, you know, it needs to stop. Then maybe, just maybe our governments, and the government employees, they might listen and might change their ways. Might. They might change their ways. But most people are just completely oblivious and naive to really what's around them. Look how long it took me to wake up and smell the coffee. Now it's too late. Right? I should have went on my gut instinct when I moved from where I came from before I moved here. I wanted to leave Surrey, people. I so wanted to leave Surrey. And my kids were crying, oh no, our friends are here, you know, we've been here for so long, I don't want to leave, I'm in school, I want to do this, I'm like, okay. Yeah, sure. And now there's nowhere to move. Isn't that interesting? Nowhere. Move into a box. So the government can say, oh, well, now we've got 5.9 million people. Isn't that interesting? How did the population go up another 300,000 in less than a year? I'd like to know. When you've got 10,000 dying, if not more. Because don't forget what happened to all those old people in the old folks' homes when there was that wave of death. But nobody talks about that anymore now, do they? Of course not. Of course not.